client had a problem that everyone with a database has to some degree. They had junk data. Here is how they fixed it. Let's lay out the problem. There was a time in this company's history that they parsed in candidate records from external sources en masse. The records were consistently missing information, key stuff like contact information, phone numbers, emails, resumes, skills, categories, those types of things. But they did have some information sporadically in some fields. When the recruiters would search the database, a lot of these records would come up in their searches, which frustrated the recruiters because they couldn't get a hold of them. There hadn't been updates to some of the data in 5 to 10 years. So the recruiters started to look to external sources instead of looking to the database. Then Herefish came along. They created an automation to archive these junk candidates, utilized a criteria which they found candidates that didn't have resumes, contact information, they had no submissions or placements, hadn't been contacted in 5+ years, and they archived them, got them out of the database. What was achieved? They cleansed about 30% of their database, hundreds of thousands of records archived. They have a more clean, pristine database. The most important result was that the recruiters gained confidence back in their database. So instead of looking to external job boards and sources, they looked internally again as their first source inside the database, which is, of course, a great result. The client said that they were looking to hire a team to potentially do this manually. They were forecasting 6 to 12 months. In order to make it happen, this automation was able to run just in the span of a few hours. Bonus benefit was it built some motivation to do some additional database automations to get their data in an even better place. So things like a re-engagement campaign with talking to candidates or client contacts they haven't spoken with in a long time. Utilizing Herefish surveys to fill in missing information they wanted to acquire, allowing candidates to provide an updated resume, having that parse automatically in the system, and using some of the other automation examples where you can do field and status updates, copy information from one place, move it to another. Really got the ball rolling for them after that quick win. And now their database is in a much better place. Tutorial today, gonna walk through not only how this client achieved this archiving automation, but then also just show and talk about some of the additional database automations you can run. The main automation that powered this success story is available from a blueprint. It's going to be this archive stale candidates with missing data automation. So if we click this, and a lot of this is pre-populated, but of course you can come here and make this your own. So you can add additional criteria into this list filter, but you can find the people in your database that don't have emails, phone numbers, they haven't been talked to in X amount of time. You make sure they don't have submissions, never had a placement, right? You could add in source information. You could add another criteria, make it your own. Of course, you could shrink this time window too if you want to be more aggressive in your archiving, expand it if you want to be a little bit more conservative. But the idea is anybody that matches these criteria would then get their status set to archive. That would remove them out of the front end of the database. Therefore, they wouldn't pop up on any searches, anything along those lines. So that was the mechanism that changed those hundreds of thousands of records for this client. And then just to talk about a few more, really, you can leverage a lot of the blueprints and the tutorial videos because there's a lot of great examples for how you can update information utilizing Herefish. So for example, the re-engagement campaign, right? You can do that on the candidate or the client side. You can utilize the update candidate resume blueprint that will allow candidates to upload a resume via a survey answer, and that will get parsed automatically into the system. So that's all configured and good to go. You can utilize surveys to capture missing data information. So find people that are missing key data, ask them what it is. Their answers go directly into those fields. Great way to clean things up. And then you can do a whole host of things around, copying information from one place to another. If you know information on a placement record, you can copy it to a candidate record, submission record, copy it to a candidate record. So many things can be done from a database update perspective. really powerful. In a lot of ways, your imagination is the limiting factor. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos. Leave a like or a comment, and be sure to check out these other videos over here. Until next time, happy automating.